Hi folks, welcome to IMB Magazine. My name is Clive Forth from MTB Skills and you're joining us for the Skills and Technique feature. Each issue we're going to be looking at different techniques and the core skills to riding mountain bikes. So sit back and relax and enjoy. So here we go folks, it's been a year and we've covered a bit of ground already looking at some core technique, accelerating, braking, keeping the bike moving by avoiding the stall and picking some sweet lines. So what we're going to do is consolidate all of that work and look how we put that into practice on our winter rides. And boy oh boy, we're having a lovely winter up here in Scotland. This weather changes its mind every 10 minutes. They say drive 20 miles or wait 20 minutes in this region, and that's just so true. One week we've got deep snow, another week it's all crystal clear and the trails are running sweet. So as you'll read in the feature, we're talking about a bit of pre-ride prep. This is me scoffing my breakfast and checking in on the news before having a gorm at the map and deciding where me and Dan are going to head out for the day to shoot our feature. Cleaning the clutter from my previous ride, never leave any trash on the trail side, obviously that all comes home and goes in the workshop bin, and then packing the bag ready for the day ahead. So I want a windproof layer in there to keep the cold out, basic emergency kit, survival blanket, who knows. Choosing which clothing I'm going to take for the day, bit of cold day, so we've got some extra gloves in there. That means I can swap out to my thinner gloves later on if my hands finally warm up. And then just a few basic bike checks which you can read about in the feature as well. So in that feature, you'll see I'm talking about different types of ride and the way that we're approaching our riding at the minute. And I think what we've been doing over the last few years, me and my wife, really reflects on what a lot of people do with their rides. We're out for fun, we're out for kicks, some of us are out for fitness and all of the above really. So we approach our rides, shorter rides, medium rides, long rides. On shorter rides we'll be a bit more adventurous with line choice. We'll go and find typically steep climbs and nasty things to ride, and we'll be burning the calories like they're going out of fashion. That sharpens up the skills and gets you fit and strong. Medium and longer rides, particularly on the long rides, we won't sort of repeat features, but it's all about covering ground, being a bit more sympathetic, not wasting energy, picking smoother lines. And the medium ones are kind of a real mix of the two. So what we do when we're shooting features is we're doing a bit of both really, because we have to ride things multiple times to get nice photos and bring you some nice images. That gives me a chance to play with different lines as well. So in these few sequences here, we're looking at some of that technique we've been speaking about in our previous articles. Using the gears, preempting things on the trail, sitting down to maintain some grip, trying to choose some clean lines through this, getting off the knuckly routes and so on. And that may be the sort of section that on a longer ride, I'll actually just get off and walk because it's easier. I'm not going to be wheel spinning and wasting energy. A little drop here on this line. So there's a couple of different ways through. This all looks a bit blind from above, so that's where your vision comes in, looking for a few details in the trail, trying to spot your line ahead. And those longer rides, I'd save the energy by not dropping it and just sneak my way around the edge of it, and shorter blast would certainly take the little hut line off of it. We always like throwing a bit of boardwalk, plenty of that up in this part of the world, and here we can see vision. I'm looking ahead, I'm expecting that to be slippy underneath, as you can see from the sliding about on the camber of the boardwalk. And so I'm having to accelerate much harder into that. That wouldn't really be the preference again in a longer ride situation. Same as taking on this traverse, there's a lot of standing going on here, using bigger gears to drive the bike on. Ground's wet and soggy. And then I'm going to pick some sneaky lines as well, just to play with the trail, really make a bit more out of it. And again, I wouldn't approach that the same as on the longer rides. You're just burning so much energy in the snow and when you're standing up pushing big gears. So playing my lines again, we've got a couple of lines there you can see. This sort of replicates an alpine switchback, and I can take that shorter cut, tighter line, or I can make the turn a bit trickier here, forcing myself to stay on the trail. So one piece of trail and I can make 4 or 5 different lines out of it. It's all good practice. Again, further up that same bit of trail, cut out the little bridge, duck through the stream. That's some nice shape making for the body, very suited to those medium and shorter rides, but less suited to the longer stuff. There we go, talk about the crazy weather. This was like 1 week before some of those last shots. 0 snow up here, still cold and bitter. You can have got my long trousers on and my big jacket. Lots of standing about while we're reflecting on images and picking things to shoot. So I'm trying to keep the cold out and keep the core body warm. On a couple of line choices here. Sneak my way down on the first run and drop that on the second run. So again, you know, one's a little bit more conservative, playing it safe. Don't want any accidents, and the second one's a little bit more adventurous. Well, that's it folks, we've had a great year, and we're looking forward to bringing you lots of good stuff on the skills front in the coming episodes. Look out for some real core skills work, wheeling, manuals, bunny hops, drops, jumps. That's all coming up in the issues ahead. Enjoy the rest of what's remaining of our winter. Take care out there, all the best.